If you enjoyed the comic book, stop watching. This is not the comic book review for you. Black Panther Blood Hunt issue number 2 comes out. Nice cover from Andrea Sorrentino, right? Cool. When we open it up, we start off with the character who isn't the Black Panther. It's not T'Challa. It's some unknown. And this begins. There's a brand new villain we've never heard of before from a time period we don't even know it is. It's eons ago. 10,000 years ago was supposed to be the original start of the Black Panther. In comes Jason Aaron, and he says, actually, a million years BC, that was the first Black Panther. And here we get an undisclosed time, and by the end of it, we'll find out that this is when we decided there will not be enslavement, or whatever the line Bast said. Bast is going to show up later here. But we got a new villain, Varney. Looks very evil, fat, with an ugly face. That's what a villain's supposed to look like, and that villain from the past has a role in it today. This was digging into historical, or not historical, but lore, mythology of Black Panther. And there's someone going right now, well, you know what? We know about Norse mythology, huh? How about those Greeks, huh? Since we know about them, then African mythology matters, okay? That's one. Listen, brothers, sister, it took 10 pages to get T'Challa to have some superpowered blood inside him. And if that's just like the objective complaint, subjectively looking at my way, I hate looking at stories about Gods. Hate that word. There's only one. That's me. That's the way I think of the world. That's the way that, and it's just hard for me to accept that there are these beings who are not even all-knowing beings. There was a line here where Bass was like, I'm surprised. What was the exact line? It's on the screen now. We did not know mankind would be so inquisitive as to inspect the darkest wilderness. Well, you're not a very all-knowing God. You're not God. There's only one God, Mammon. He doesn't dress like that. That took a long time. We did get to see Shuri interact with the Latvian king over there, and I was okay with it. I mean, there's beef there, and there should never be relationships this safe where you can just digitally call him up, and Doom kind of hung up on her really quickly. But yeah, this is making a mention of what's going on in the grander Blood Hunt event. Took a page away, but that's a page that isn't T'Challa, with characters who are not T'Challa. This really was a history lesson. It was, you know about the fire? God. Oh yeah, this guy, man, formidable fighter. You know, he's fit for war. Yeah, that's right. You know, Africans got mythological characters also. Oh, we know about Achilles. We know about Nike, and we know about Hercules. Well, the Africans. Dog, it was a tie-in comic book for the Black Panther, who was a character who was on life. What's the word? Life assist, life alert. Life support. This character needs to have sales. This character needs maybe not just only new villains, but old villains to be reoccurring to establish his villains. What this character needs isn't, let's spend a long time talking about how, you know, Egypt is part of Africa too. You know, Khonshu is, you know, right up there, peers with Bast. You know, it's the same continent, you guys. Try talking to Egyptians about that. We're ethnically Arab Egyptians. Talk. It's, I don't know, a lot of pages went to waste. Let me give you an example. Remember this character here? When Bast sniffs her out, there was absolutely no suspense. When Bast is going, oh my God, is it means Bast going to eat her? Well, what's happening? Not at all. Not a single moment did Chillmonger go, oh, I wonder what happens to this character. I hope that didn't happen. And I just got a message I have to attend to. Hold on. Let's see my notes here. So Khonshu, Orisha, we were learning these words, which was all right. There was a violet word balloon that came out of Boss, which verified who that was for me, because the way that she spoke, that definitely told me who that was. I didn't need any more clarification. There was a moment where one of them said, best believe that, and I don't think that was very fitting of like language. I can forgive one little line like that. It's cool. You got all these characters, you want to make them sound different. It still is. It just doesn't work with me. There was Anukit, who is the one that appears from the water. And there's a page here where hero T'Challa, Black Panther, is kissing not Ororo. I'm not for it. I'm not for it a second. He's in water, and I thought this was all happening in the mystical world and not the real world. But eventually, all of this time he's spending in water gets this boost up from Anukit. I hope I never see that character again. And now he's in Atlantis. What? Halt there. When I saw halt, yeah, that's the point of a page turn. When you see the word halt, you're like, what could it possibly be going on? some freaking underwater people. They're gonna be in Atlantis. This is the synergy with the MCU, which featured the Namor. Well, they had Kukulkan. This one will have Namor, Mackenzie, a Caucasian character. Race swapping is never the answer. Race swapping does not introduce new characters of that likeness. It kicks the can ahead. Race swap casting is not preferred here. It's actually like the weapon. It creates more hate, and it gives the racists something to apply to their cries. Look, we're being replaced, everyone. And you know what? Young, impressionable will see that. And when they start recognizing that representation is code words for no whites allowed, you just created more of them for no benefit. Because Namor, I'm looking at this comic book, is going to be a white character again. Namor, every time they do race swaps. Wonder Man, I don't care who you cast as Wonder Man, Simon Williams. We know what this character's been look like. Human Torch was Michael B. Jordan. Who they got now? Joseph Quinn. Here, world famous meme right there. Boom. Race swaps never last. Aside from mythical kind of god stuff, I also don't like flashbacks. I didn't need to see the flashback of, okay, now you got to head east and this is how we're gonna do. I cared nothing about this character. I'm here for Black Panther. If there's 20 pages in a comic and he only appears in 5 of them, that is a failure of a comic book. 2 thumbs down on this entire thing. Hey, like it's hard out here. Aurora Monroe has a book coming out. Gonna support that one. This was always gonna be a tie-in comic book. It was nothing ever serious was gonna come out of it. Nothing I expected, but we could have at least gotten more of him. He's a vampire though. Enjoy that for until next month when that comes to a close. Where it comes to a close. Now, some of you are lying to yourselves. I'm on Twitter. This is an amazing comic book, best thing ever. He wasn't in it very much, okay? The parts he was in it, he had some cool moments, but he was not featured. When he said the word, freedom is not given, it is earned. On June 19th, man, politics of my comic books, man. I'm gonna clip that. When he said those words, that was cool. You probably imagine he picked it up from the Christopher Priest run when he was living amongst the... Wait, is that true? Is this true? Isn't that something T'Challa should have known as like a 10-year-old? Maybe not. That freedom is that it's something that's earned. That's something you study and you learn, and everyone knows that. That's not a secret. That's not like a lived experience type thing that only Americans, or I should say Westerners, have the ability to experience and learn and know. I think I'm wrong for that. He had his cool moments in here, and that's just because he's a cool character. But damn, I wanted to see some things addressed, bro. He drank blood again for a second comic book in a row. Damn, this man, stop drinking blood. I want T'Challa to be the non-blood drinker. Not what I expected. Not what I wanted from Vampire T'Challa. Next issue, let's see him fight the underwater people. That's their forte, as it said in like the synopsis for issue 3. And that's an interesting storyline, isn't it? To see how he's going to fare against these water people. What do you think about this comic book? Am I too hard on it, or am I just fair enough? I think I'm being fair enough. Subscribe to the channel. And, anyone who wants to review this comic book, I have like a counter. Review it. Tag me on Twitter. Instagram DMs, so you don't have to follow me to DM me, and I will share your YouTube review. Now is the time, because if all these other comic book characters get to have YouTube reviews, so can the Black Panther. There's nothing stopping you. There is a free Black Panther reviewer who's going to publicize your comic book. If it is the first video you ever make, you don't even got to be on camera. You could just be on your phone, pointing the phone down, vertical 9:16, shooting the pages of the comic book and talking over it. I will share it on my YouTube platform. There is no reason why you're not going to do this YouTube review. I challenge you, the viewer who's been watching me and been watching YouTube reviews and other people. Black Panther is worth it. It is pathetic that it is Wednesday. I'm going to put this out on Wednesday, and I'll likely, or maybe there'll be 2, I'll be the only guy with the review for this Black Panther comic book on the first day of its release. Is he prime time or not? We can complain, or we can get our butts in gear and do something for the character. Especially if you have a net, because look, now the only video that's up for the Black Panther issue number 2 of Blood Hunt is a negative review. Oh, we gotta fix that. Let's get some happy people up in here who can speak to how, man, look, the claws on his gear, oh, look really good. Art was good here. Art was really good here. But I'm the story guy, not the art guy. But yes, art was great. Step it up. Stop complaining and not taking action. I don't care how shy you are. I don't care how many times you say the word in your review. You're getting the retweet. You're getting the YouTube share. Go.